All right, Jake, yeah, we can hear you. And because this is a Grand Theft Auto vehicle, potentially,
Hi, guys. We'll actually be starting here in a moment. Chris is on a call. Let me see if I can turn off this video. There we go. Turn mine on in here in a moment. Hi, everybody. You can see me just for a second. You know I don't like to always stay on video here, so let me just turn off my video. And I will allow others to come up for a moment if you would like.
It's definitely intentional there, guys. You have to wonder what exactly the reasoning is to have that flag out of the sunroof. Earlier we saw the sunroof open, and now we see it closed. So not sure what that means exactly as far as what the driver is going through. I wanted to point out, we saw this driver using the shoulders, using the left shoulder, using the right shoulder, but on the right shoulder we saw a vehicle actually parked in those lanes. So this driver had to get back into traffic, and now he's back into normal lanes, continuing, really slower.
It's all new here. We're not sure how to do everything inside of this lovely channel. But we will get there. We'll give Chris time to finish doing what he's doing.
Which is really, that's kind of the best thing you can do is just to get out of the way, stay out of the way, and let this pursuit go past you. But it's very interesting to see, we're well into rush hour now, and this pursuit continuing eastbound on the 10 freeway around the Fairfax Avenue exit.
And traffic stopping there.
Whoa, it's been a long day. Should be able to use that chat interface down here. Just click on the chat icon. You can send us questions or comments to the chat. This is a new service for us. I'm actually going to put the live stream on the side here. So I've actually got us up and operational with the new SoMee Huddle. And I have us operational on YouTube as well, so we can actually do the cross stream. Hi, Madam A. Hi, Eric. Feel free to chime in on the chat here. Don't know how many people will have come in. We didn't do a lot of advertising for this AMA. We're mainly just trying out the new Huddle interface and going over some things. Well, I'm doing okay. I'm alive. Here, I'll turn back on my video as you guys can see that I'm alive. Hi, I'm alive. See? So there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see if I can turn off the sound on the television here. There we go. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. So if you can hear me, please just type something in chat. Hear you fine. There you go. That was very Gaelic of you there. I appreciate that. So we did have another person join us here. It looks like Ferris joined us. Hi, Ferris. Good of you to join. I know it's a little bit past your normal time over there, but welcome, welcome. I believe it'd be, Guten Abend for you or something like that. Or maybe even Guten Nacht for you. I mean, you're pretty late over there, I would assume. But we actually will be recording it, and we actually are live streaming to YouTube right now. So the recording is actually automatic over on YouTube, but I can record it here too. Watch, ready? We're gonna start recording in spotlight mode. Oh yeah, we don't have to because it's live streaming. That's even better. 7:30. So Guten Abend. That's a good one for you then. So no, I don't have to record it because it's actually live streaming over on YouTube, and we'll be able to go there. I know Chris is on a call right now. He was in here just a few moments ago, and he's still here. He's just on a call with one of our investors, so he'll be a few minutes. I'll go ahead and get started. First, I want to say hi. Thanks, everybody, for joining. We'll talk about that in a second. But thanks everybody for joining the SoMee AMA. It's been a while since we have done one. A lot of stuff has happened, of course. Since our last AMA, I mean, I believe our last AMA is when we were on version 4, even before I added all the user customizations, and now we're on version 5, and we've got new interfaces and things to tow and talk about today. And of course, we're here inside of the Huddle, which is a new partnership that we have to enhance our audio and video spaces as well. And this is actually one of the new features we're going to talk about during this AMA, and that's that we'll be adding video spaces like this to SoMee, and we'll be adding audio spaces as well to SoMee, so that you guys have those things, and those will be provided by our partnership with Huddle. And you'll actually have some great opportunities to tokenize those, have token-gated sessions as well. So not only can you earn tips by broadcasting on SoMee, but you can have a token-gated one where they have to own an NFT or something to go ahead and be part of your live stream. So yeah, this is kind of a pre-intro experience to that. But that's some of the exciting things we've been working on. I know that I've had version 5 out for a little bit, and there was some good feedback on it. There's been some, we've had some issues with version 5, but I think we've ironed out most of the kinks. But how are you guys liking version 5 so far? Feel free to post your comments in the chat. We did do a lot with the version 5 upgrades. Of course, we sped up the application quite a bit, as you can see. It actually works quite well within our mobile application too. We have a completely new interface for it, and we have a lot of different beta features that we've got planned for it as well. I'm not sure if Chris wants to talk about those, but we do have those. It is actually a lot smoother, isn't it? Yeah, actually, Huddle is a really great thing, madam. It's a lot cleaner to use for the meeting spaces like this. Very clean interface, very simple. It's almost like having a Zoom meeting, but, in Huddle. It's a huddle. We're all huddled together in one thing there. One of the things that we actually are adding and working on there, yeah, it is far better than Zoom, I'll give you that one. One of the things that we are working on with SoMee right now is our AI integration. As you know, we have SoMee AI, and we have a lot of new features on SoMee AI. We've got our SoMee AI bot in Telegram that has a bunch of different personalities that you can talk to. And right now we're working on integrating that directly into SoMee as well. And one of the other features that I'm working on is integrating the actual AI features in there. Now I'm wondering if I can share my screen with Huddle. Can I share my screen with Huddle? Chrome tab. SoMee Social. Share. So here's a question. Can you all see my screen? Let me know if you can see that. I hope you can. Yay, good. So it might take a moment to load up. I know that Huddle can stream things live. But one of the things that I wanted to show you guys here is we're working with AI integrations over here. Now, forgive me, guys. I probably won't be able to see your guys' chats. Let me see. Can I see your chats while I am doing this? Aha! Yes, I can. Look at that. Great. So one of the things that we are doing here is we did add a Generate with AI button up here. And this Generate with AI button will pop up the nice little section here that will allow you to create personal updates, status updates, blog ideas, post ideas. Wow, that was loud. Was that Chris? No. Anyway, we'll be able to do those, and you just choose something and say, let's talk about how cool my cats are. And then you can click on Generate, and that will actually create an actual status ID for us, as you can see right there, which will allow us to use that within our post. So we are working on some of the AI capabilities that we have there. But those AI capabilities are just using generative AI to generate some status updates and things like that. We are adding image generation as well, but I just don't have a demo of that yet, but I will show that to you guys here shortly. And we have our new chatbot capabilities that we'll be adding as well. So those are some of the things that I know that we're going to be releasing here shortly, which is good. Who was that on audio, I wonder? I think that was guest 2014. Let me mute everybody. There we go. Hi, Rob. Hi, Nick. Hi, Mac. Hi, Olson. Welcome, everybody, to the AMA there. I appreciate you all being here. But yeah, we're slowly adding some things to version 5. The AI initiatives that we're doing, we have a lot of our own AI models and things like that. We actually have some models up on Hugging Face that we're working with. We have our own individual models and vector databases that we're using. We have some partnerships that we're excited to announce about as well, that will allow us to give you guys access to the AI models directly on SoMee.social, as well as on some of our other apps that we have out there. So that's going to be an exciting thing to talk about as well. And we've got some additional features coming out for SoMee AI as well. I mean, we've got some chatbot options there as well. Let's see, what do we got? We got the SoMee integration. We've got the Telegram bot. We've got the SoMee AI bots. We've got the audio to speech capabilities, the text to speech capabilities. We've done a lot on the AI space that we're actually adding here to SoMee, and a lot of that will actually be added to the SoMee.social application as well, so that you guys can actually extend how you guys are using that. Now, I know one of the big questions that was asked recently is in regards to SoMee and Hive, the blockchain integration with Hive. We still are planning to add the Hive blockchain back to SoMee.social, but we're going to do it in a slightly different way. One of the things that you guys probably noticed about version 4 was how slow it could have been. Partially that was caused by the Hive integration that we had. We had like 30 plus microservices running on the background just to be able to give you guys pricing and wallet updates, and ingesting posts, and God knows everything else like that. But so what we're going to be doing here in the future is a better type of integration with Hive, which will allow you to do direct monetization, and it shouldn't slow down the website that much either. So I mean, that's one thing that we're currently working on. In the meantime, though, if you still wish to monetize on your post, you can do that on SoMee.blog, eSency, even on Hive.blog directly, on any of the Hive front ends, just by tagging SoMee Official, and that will still earn you your SME. If you post on SoMee.blog, that's automatic. You don't have to worry about that. So your wallets are still yours. What you have in your wallets are still there. SoMee has never had access to that. So you can check that on any Hive keychain or Hive wallet interface, or even just by going to our SME platform and all that good stuff and taking a look at your wallet there. Point is, your wallet contents are yours and nothing has changed on them. Now, Eric, you did bring up a point. All this AI seems really good for influencer, but average Joe may wish to talk to their brother or best friend. I don't see the advantage for users. Well, believe it or not, on social media, AI actually has a really good place for the average user. One of the big issues that the average users have is they're not sure what to say on social media. They're not sure how to say it on social media. Sometimes they're getting tired of saying things in a repetitive way, Eric. It's actually one of the biggest drivers, the reason why people don't interact with Facebook or they don't interact with Instagram and things like that, because they're not sure what to post. Even if they're just following their friends or their brothers or sisters or cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever. Even if they have a close-knit friends group, they're still not sure what to say. So it makes it very difficult for them to use the platform. So AI allows them to espouse their thoughts and actually create it in a structured way so that whatever updates that they're sharing allow them to share it a lot easier. But we're also adding some additional features to help you out as an individual user as well. And one of those is the intelligent AI support system that we're actually adding in there, which will allow it to learn based on your data that you share with it. That way it knows what you like to talk about, what you like to share about. You'll be able to have conversations with that bot. You'll be able to schedule your social media posts with that as well. So it's not just for influencers. Granted, influencers can very much use it, but it's not just for influencers. So that is something that we're really extending. Ultimately, we want to shape how social media uses AI. It's not just a tool for influencers. It's not just a tool for people with large followings. We want to really change how social media is being used right now with AI. We want to make AI more of a supportive tool for you that can support your endeavors, your communications, help you word things a little bit better to make your point clearer and things like that. So that's the reason why we're doing that, Eric. But yeah, So there we go. Those are some of the main updates that I had there. I do know that I actually had an agenda that I had shared out with Chris that I wanted to go over. Let me bring that up. I was hoping Chris would be off of this call by now, but apparently not. Well, while we're waiting for me to bring up that agenda, what other questions do you guys have? Just ask them in chat and I'll answer them. This is an AMA, so, you know, ask away. Yes. Okay. So we discussed our version 5 stuff. Oh, yes. A bigger question, monetization. I'll get to that in a second, madam. Madam asked, when will SAT be integrated? I'll actually get to that in just a moment. One of the big questions that was currently asked is, how do we do monetization with version 5? Let me see if I can share my screen again. I know I could do it last time, so let me do it this time. Share. And so here we have my screen here. Let me pull this over here. There we go. So there we have my screen there. And then what we're going to actually do here is we actually have some monetization options available to you. So one of the main monetizations that you have available to you is, of course, whenever you create a post, you can come down here and enable tips. This will allow you to create a post that somebody can actually donate to you. So that's one of the first levels of monetization that you have. Whatever you get tipped is yours. It goes into your wallet. You can do whatever you wish with. Another thing that you can do is go to your settings. And if you come down to the monetization settings that you have here, you can go ahead and turn on content monetization on your profile. Now keep in mind the important distinction here. If you turn on monetization on your profile, that means every post that you're making on your regular SoMee profile is monetized. Nobody's going to be able to see it unless they subscribe to you. So this is really mainly just used for influencers or people that have a premium profile that they want to protect. For most users, I don't recommend that you monetize your profile. It's really not necessary. You want to still use social media, so why make people pay for what they've had? Instead, make a page or a group. And that still works the same way. You just come to monetization options, you set up your plan, give it some details, and turn it on. The same thing applies to pages as well. So if you go to your page settings, or if you go to your group settings, let me see if I have one that I can show you there. If you go to your page settings or you go to your group settings, you can go to monetization, as you can see here, and turn on monetization for your page or for your group. And that's kind of what I recommend you guys do. So if you've got a fandom group, like you're a fan of a really popular group, or if you're a sports fan, or if you're doing some great content generation for some video games or audios or whatever, create a page or create a group around that and monetize that page or group. And then you can advertise that page or group and get people to join. So those are the primary monetization strategies that we have right now. One of the other monetization strategies we have right now is your points. We have a partnership with Exaday, and that will allow us to actually take the points that we actually have earned here. Like I have 870 points, and all of your social actions that you're doing are awarded those individual points, and then you'll be able to take those points and cash them out for rewards, whether it's a gift certificate, whether it's a Visa debit card in your location, whatever is available to you in your jurisdiction. So that should be coming out here soon as well. We're just finalizing the testing on that. So you've got profile monetization, page and group monetization, you've got tips for your posts, you've got tips for your live streams, and of course you'll also have the social point monetization as well. So there's a lot of different ways to monetize with version 5 of the application. So I hope I answered those questions there. Now, Madam A did ask when SAT will be integrated. SAT will be integrated when we have the users to support the actual marketplace. It might be integrated a little bit sooner because we actually have a different plan for SAT for direct integration, which I will allow Chris to explain when he gets off of this call. Do you have plans on opening the telegroup again? I have been asking Chris this question for the last week to 2 weeks. I think I bother him twice a day. Can I open the group? Can I open the group? Can I open the group? Yes, we do have plans to open the group. I think the main reason why Chris decided to close the group is because of all the nonsense that was going on in the group. He wants to make sure that the information being conveyed in the SoMee Telegram group is SoMee related, not politics or religion or COVID or anything else like that. While it's great to have those communications with other users, we prefer you guys to have those communications on SoMee, in your groups, not in Telegram. That's what SoMe's for. So we want to kind of keep that there. So that's the reason why he locked it. So do I have plans to open it again? I personally do, but it's going to be up to Chris whether he opens it up there. Okay. Eric also asked, any intended to induce burning mechanism for SME? Yes, we do have some plans for SME, and yes, we do have some plans to introduce some burning and voting mechanisms for SME so that you guys can actually start doing that. I don't have the details on that right now as I'm not directly involved in that individual project, but I will get you guys the details on that shortly. What's the plans for marketing? Aha, that's a good question. So marketing-wise, what am I doing for marketing? Well, we've got a lot of partnerships that we've got coming up. We've got the Huddle partnership. We've got the Exoday partnership. We've got a few of the other major partnerships that are out as well. So we're still working on marketing efforts there. I do know that Chris, we've actually got a partnership with Google Ads as well. They actually want to run some stuff for us gratis so that we can actually, get some more words about SoMee. So we're getting that set up. We were just reached out by them a week ago, and I've got a meeting with them next week to go over our partnership there with Google to do the advertising. I do know that we want to do some ramped up advertising campaigns. I haven't decided if we're going to do it on the new Twitter ad system that they actually have up because of how X has been of late and how many people have been fleeing X. So we're just still kind of in the air of how we're going to do those advertisements. Most likely we're going to do it with the Google Ads, and we'll get those campaigns up and running probably this week. I'm not actually sharing my screen right now, Eric, but we will be. SoMee debit card prospects. Yes, we still have our partnership there so that we can issue the debit cards for the crypto-based fast access, but we also have that capability with our rewards program too that I was talking about. With our partnership with Exoday, if you're in a jurisdiction that supports that, you will be offered the ability to get a Visa or MasterCard debit card to exchange your reward points out for whatever you're going to use it for on your card. So that is still in plans. We did move forward with our partnership with Chipotle as well. They're very happy to start with us, and so we're actually going to back your guys' wallets with that so that regardless of your jurisdiction, regardless of your location, you'll actually have a industry-backed, FBO-backed type wallet so that all of that is guaranteed for you and nothing is out of the control of, monetary requirements and regulations, all this good stuff. And NFT Dealer 23 asked, is SoMee still in play? Yes, SoMee is still in play. The ironic part about it is we haven't taken the convert site offline. So if you go to convert.ong.somee.social, you notice that takes you over to the migrate site. That's still online. I haven't not taken it down yet, simply because half of the holders of ONG still have not converted their SoMee over. Go figure. Some of them are longtime holders of ONG and they still want to hold on to it because ONG is still being traded, goes up and down in value. Actually was doing quite well a few weeks ago, and then SoMee started raising value as well. So yes, we still have plans with SoMee. SoMee is still the primary governance token on the DAO. I may actually move our DAO from Snapshot. I don't know about you guys, but Snapshot's actually been kind of hard to use of late. And I want to actually move it to something a little bit more authoritarian so that, you guys can propose things. We can have the votes on whether it should be a DAO vote. You guys can burn and spend your SoMee as necessary so that it's done properly as a DAO. And then I actually want to build some of those features directly into our application so that if there's new features you guys are voting on, those can be approved and automatically, released or turned on or off or whatever using the DAO. Give you guys a lot more control that way. So I think we might actually switch DAO providers because Snapshot just isn't cutting it for us. But, we'll make that decision soon. So will our card state SoMee logo that will be issued by SoMee? So it actually will be a SoMee branded card, yeah. Even our partnership with Exoday will get you a SoMee branded card. It's issued actually by whoever is going to back it in your country. Exoday, I believe they use Plum Network in the United States. They'll use different networks throughout different other jurisdictions. So it's whatever bank is going to back it, but it will be a SoMee branded card. Does that answer your question, madam? Great. We actually had quite a few people join us. I mean, NFT dealers here, Max here. So that's a lot of questions you guys have been asking. I hope I've been answering them. Do you have any other questions that you want to ask? We only have like 14 minutes left of our thing here. So, is the Skrill campaign still in play? Yes, it is. I've been kind of disappointed in how slow the Skrill integration is going, but I think that's just because of what Skrill has been focusing on. Between their Skrill points, which didn't do well, between the Skrill programs, which did do well. Skrill has been kind of slow in responding to our integration requests and things like that. They've got a lot of vetting that they're doing. They've got a lot of new projects that they're doing. We're still going to move forward with the Skrill integration, whether that's backing on the points, whether that's actually a direct wallet integration, whatever the case may be. Skrill is still going to be there, which is very important because, you know, if you're not serviced by Chipotle in your region, you'll be serviced by Skrill. So we're still doing that. Buyback with Power Up package. Okay, so you guys probably have noticed that I've turned off temporarily the pro packages on SoMee.social. So you can't go to pro packages, you can't go to, I believe it's /packages and actually see the packages that we have. I've turned it off for two reasons. The number one reason, it's not backed by the blockchain right now. So if you buy a Power Up package, you don't get any SME or Hive because we're not integrated with SME and Hive right now with version 5. So that's one reason I turned it off. Number two, I turned it off because we've got a lot of beta features such as the marketplace, the forums, the blogs, and all that good stuff that we've got adding to SoMee.social in version 5 that we want to make available to you once we have our Chipotle integration in place. And then we will turn back on the pro packages. And those pro packages will allow you to, based on your membership level, gain access to those features and things like that, so that the higher level package you have, the more access you have on SoMee, the more VIP features that you have accessible to yourself. We're doing it that way to help prevent spammers and scammers from using those third-party tools, especially the marketplace module that we talked about. I don't know if you know about this, but more than, I think it's the last metric was like 35% of the listings on like Facebook Marketplace are operated by fraudsters and scammers. That's something we're trying to avoid on our marketplace by ensuring that only those that actually have one of the premium packages will be able to use that individual marketplace. So right now I've got it turned off. One of the cool things about version 5 though is we have a new permission type system. So a lot of access on the site to the marketplaces, to the advanced stories, to the monetized ads, all of those are determined by the package and level that you are on SoMee. So we'll be able to give a lot of value to those power packages. But yes, the plan, to go back to the original question, the plan is to use the funds to buy back some things to help increase the value of SME. That has never changed. We still have that plan. Okay. I'm not sure what Eric said there. Sorry for poor English. Why do you offer service to be paid in SME on the platform? Also, how many tokens will be launched in the next year? What happened to the wallet that was on SoMee? Now, actually, I addressed every one of those questions a moment ago, Eric. One, your wallet hasn't moved. Your wallet is always controlled by you. We don't control your wallet. We don't do anything with your wallet. Your wallet is simply just a read-only interface that we had on SoMee. So if you have Hive Keychain, you can look at your wallet. You can go to TribalDex to look at your wallet. You can go to EthanC to look at your wallet. Your Hive wallet is yours to do whatever you want with. Your Hive and SME, your SME Power, your Hive Power, your Hive Savings, your HBD, all of that, 100% still in your wallet. Nothing has changed with that. It's just that SoMee version 5 isn't integrated with SME or Hive right now for you to see those balances. So if you want to see or use those balances, go to the TribalDex, go to EthanC, go to Hive.blog, go to SoMee.blog, and use them there. We don't have the Hive integration up for SoMee right now because we need to do it in a different way that's not going to slow down and kill the website. I don't want a slow website again. Plus, the Hive integration wasn't very friendly, and so we need to work on making it a little bit more friendly for everybody. That's why. Is there a solution to the one-stop Hive sign-up issue? No. Ferris, there is currently not an issue for that. We have been begging Hive constantly to work on that. And unfortunately, they still haven't made any forward progress with that. So we have a different plan for that as well. And that's probably going to be revealed, I would say, I don't know why I'm looking at my hands. There's no watch here, but I'm going to look at it anyway. I would probably say on the roadmap, 3 to 6 months from now, I'm going to talk about the new plan for that, so that, you know, blockchain integration with SoMee could be a lot more seamless. When will we be able to earn other tokens like Matic, ADA, like planned? Exactly what I just said, madam. My plan within 3 to 6 months, somewhere around there, is to release that new goal for you so that you can earn those tokens on whatever platform you want. Because, how can I word this without giving away too much? Because our ultimate goal is to have that proof of brain on our own network. That's all I'm going to say. We're done with that. One more. Which is the best place to watch SoMee news except X? So here on SoMee Huddle is one, and then we always live stream it to YouTube. So if you want to find out about these live sessions we have, watch it on Huddle on SoMee.Huddle01, or you can watch it on YouTube on our channel. Follow our official blog on the SoMee.social website, so follow our SoMee official group. Follow our program there because we're always posting updates. Follow me on SoMee.social as well, because I'm always posting updates and things like that when there's updates to post. And follow the forum on SoMee.social as well, because that's where I put the update notes, the things that we're changing, any news, anything that comes out there. So I've been trying to consolidate all of that down to one location, which is on SoMee.social. Does that make sense, NFT dealer? Perfect. All right, guys, we have just under, well, actually, we started at 10:30, so believe it or not, we have, what do we have, 33 minutes left or something like that? What do you guys want to talk about? He's still on his call with the investor. I tried to get him to get off, but he's still on that call right now, so I can't really get him off there, which is important because, you know, our investor meetings are incredibly important. And just to give you guys an idea of how busy Chris has been, Eric, yesterday Chris took 12 meetings. So he was in meetings for almost 16 hours yesterday. I barely got 3 words out of him yesterday because he was so freaking busy. And right now, right as we were in the pre-session for this AMA, poor Chris got called by one of our investors, so that's what he's doing right now. Can YouTube SoMee Official be updated with the latest platform earn mechanisms to keep it relevant? Yes. I will actually be working with our marketing team, Madam A, to update SoMee University with the new monetization options. How is the investor situation? Is there still a 1 million deal on the table? The investor situation is going well. You know, I can't really talk a lot about the investor side, as a lot of those deals are contingent on signed papers, and they have marketing agreements and publicity agreements that we have to adhere to. But we did actually get an investor come in 4 days ago for our SoMee AI project as well. So that's a major thing for us. I can't reveal the amount, nor can I reveal the name of the investor yet, as we're still waiting on the publicity agreement to be signed. But they did come in. We do have the funds for it, so that actually got signed. And with the trials and tribulations that X and Threads have been causing in the social media space, we've actually seen some new signups on SoMee, and we've seen some renewed interest in VCs on SoMee as well. So some of the VCs that were interested in SoMee a while ago, but did turn us down because of the risks in the social media market, have reached back out because of X and Threads, and they're now actually talking about doing deals with SoMee.social as well. So a lot of great things on the investor side. So wish us luck on that. Any other questions? If not, I do want to talk about some of the things that we have going on here. We've got the SoMee and Hive wallet stuff we already discussed. We talked about the AI efforts, expanding our horizons into other things too. When will I see the SoMee logo on TV? When I have $250,000 to do a SoMee advertising campaign on TV. Maybe we'll put something up on QVC. That's probably going to be the quickest way to get it on there. TV advertising isn't cheap. However, we can, believe it or not, we can create a SoMee TV channel. We were actually approached for that. And at one time, we did have a SoMee TV channel. We never launched it because they wanted too much money for it. But we can launch a SoMee TV channel that you can watch on your smart TVs, for example. That would allow us to stream like live events like this, any roundtables we have, or anything else. I mean, there's always that possibility, Eric. But I wanted to talk about expanding into some new horizons that we have for SoMee as well. Because as you know, AI is a constantly changing space. We started with chatbots, then we went to audio bots, then we've gone to full personality bots. Now we've gone to bots that can actually learn what you're talking about and remember your conversations long term, which is what we're building into our bots. So, the space is expanding so freaking fast, which is wonderful. So, we do actually use SoMee AI in our partnerships that we have out there. We've got a great e-learning platform that is using SoMee AI to facilitate smarter learning experiences for their students. We've got a CRM platform that we're working with to allow their customer relationship and their CRM system to respond better. We've even got a major insurance platform that's going to be using our SoMee AI service. So we've got several verticals that the SoMee AI service itself is expanding into. So I hope you guys are really proud of what we've done here for that. Where's Dolly Boy and Chris's media presence video they were attending a few months ago? Is he still part of the SoMee project? Dallas, which is you guys know as Dolly Boy, is still part of the SoMee project. He's been pulled off to another shoot, though, so he hasn't been available of late. However, we'll probably have him on the next AMA, which will... Should we actually have the AMA on the 4th, guys, since we had it today? Or should I move it to the 11th? I could always move it to the... Let me see. Should we have the AMA? I tell you what, let's have the next AMA on the 25th of November, and we can have Dallas show up for that. How's that sound? I mean, that'll be the last Saturday of the month. So 25th of November, we'll have Dallas there. We'll have Bijo there. We'll have a few special people there. Since, I never hold our AMAs in December because of Christmas and New Year's, we'll consider the November one the Christmas AMA, and we'll go over with that, and we'll have some special guests for you guys there too. One more thing that we're expanding into, our SoMee AI, we're actually expanding into real estate too. We've got a real estate developer that wants to use our SoMee AI products to talk to their clients and set up deals and things like that using our AI service. So yeah, we're hitting AI pretty hard right now, and we're still doing the social media integrations too, so our development team is still there. Lots of efforts, my gosh, I have been busy. What other questions do you guys have? 30 minutes, open floor. If you guys want to come up on mic, I can do that too. If you want to come up on my mic, just raise your hand and I will unmute your mic for you. Believe it or not, we've gone over practically everything within my agenda. Your spoken English is way too poor. Well, that's okay. You can type. I can talk for you, Eric. So whatever you want to say, just type and I'll talk it out. I'll be like our little bot there. Have you guys had a chance to look at the SoMee AI bot or the Chat Sprinkle bot that we have in Telegram yet? Oh, sorry, it's cold out here. My eyes are killing me. If you hadn't, I do recommend you take a look at it. You can take a look at that. We actually do have that in there. Do you have a time frame goal for 5 million users? Nope, not anymore. Because of the development issues and the lack of funding that we had during that time frame, plus the delay on the Skrill stuff, we missed our deadline on that. And version 5, we didn't move everything over, so it was more like a reset for us. So no, right now I don't have a timeline on 5 million users. But I'm not going to look at it in that regard, Ferris. I want to hit 100,000 users. I want to hit 500,000 users. I want to hit 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, whatever. I'm not going to look at it in that regard for two reasons. One, the current metrics for social media applications don't really care about the number of users you have. They only care about the MAUs, which is the monthly active users. And they care about the number of signups you have, which is RAUs, the registered active users. So right now my goal is to at least reach 100 to 300 RAUs within a week. And that's what I want to reach. So if I can get 100 to 300 new users using SoMee in 1 week, that's going to be my first goal. And then my second goal is to ramp that number up between 300 and 500 within 2 or 3 week period. So that's kind of where my measurable metrics are right now. Now, I will say this. Yes, we've had less interaction on SoMee.social as we've had less people using it. With X imploding, we've actually had more people signing up and using it, which is great. But the number of hits to the website hasn't really decreased. We're still getting right around the same few million hits every single month to the website. We're getting a lot of unique visitors to the website. Now that X is imploding, we're getting a heck of a lot of new users that are coming in too. And with version 5 being as easy as it is, I think that's going to help us out. Have we done any approach to small crypto YouTuber offering them token to encourage cheap visibility? If not, why not? In the past, we have. We actually have offered token deals to do AMAs, to do visibilities, and things like that. We haven't done that recently for 2 reasons. My favorite number of things too. Actually, Crypto Crow, we never offered anything to. He always talked for free. So I'm going to dispel that myth. He's a good dude. Love him. He was on several live streams with us. I want to get that guy back and talk to him again. Never offered him a penny, which is great. But the 2 reasons that we're talking about here is because of the new SEC requirements and the new FinCEN requirements. If you haven't been following that within the United States, offering people tokens to talk about your project can be considered as an investment. So they have to either be an accredited investor or they have to sign a safe agreement just to be able to do that. So no, we haven't gone down that route. And number 2, the new AMA requirements here in the United States to be able to send tokens from a project to another user, you actually have to pass AML checks for that. So even if I were to offer Crypto Bungalow, whoever the heck that is, on YouTube, we've got like 200,000 followers, like 500 SME just to talk about SoMee. If I were just to do that, whether the review was good or bad, in order for us to do that, he would have to pass AML, and we would have to be able to get a signed letter stating that we're doing that, have a marketing agreement in place, and have all of that there. And that's because in the United States, those new rules are in place to protect the industry. I'm kind of split on it, to be honest. I can understand why the United States and the European Union are forming such rules. There's been a lot of crypto scammers out there and a lot of fraud out there, so I understand where they're coming from. But it does put a lot of burden on projects like ours. The Binance token will still be a thing. Whether it's going to be the SME token that's going to be the Binance token or one of the new things that we're talking about when the proof of brand is on our own network, I'm not sure. But yes, we're still working with that. However, if you have been following anything with Binance, you can see how cold the network has been of late, especially in the United States, especially in EMEA, and now starting in the European Union as well, especially in France. Binance has been having a lot of issues in the legality of launching tokens on their network, registering those tokens, ensuring those tokens meet the regulatory compliance of the United States and the European Union. It is a nightmare to get done. That's why it's been delayed so long. So Binance is not exactly a pariah. We still love Binance, but it might be a little bit longer on that while we wait for some of the heat to die down on that network. You know, I had the SoMee merch store up for a while, madam, but, you know, aside from just a few people, nobody really bought anything, and that costs resources to keep up. So I think if people really want SoMee merch, I could, you know, put some sort of request portal up and you can request something and you can just pay us directly and we'll send it to you. That's probably what I want to say. Because we had the store up, we had a lot of designs up, we had a lot of great things out there for people to use. Only like 20 or so people bought something, and it's pointless to keep a store up unless you're actually actively selling, because that's a lot of maintenance and security and things like that that you have to keep up. So if people are interested in SoMee merch, just send a message to support@SoMee.social, message me on Telegram, tag me on SoMee.social, whatever. Ask for whatever you want. I'll get it created. We'll send you a payment link and we'll get you out that merch. Look, Chris is still on the phone. Hi, Chris. Are you sure you want to be on the phone? I don't know why he's up on video. I'm going to take his video off again. Unless you know how to lip read, we don't want that out for people. But yeah. So that's why I've taken the SoMee merch stuff down. Let me take a minute to address something here. Yeah, I had a lot of issues moving to Colorado. As you guys know, I was almost homeless because I got scammed out of that $7,000. The FBI is still investigating. These guys scammed like 16 other families out of money as well, not just us. It was a big issue over here. The district attorney over here in Colorado and the state's attorney general is also looking into it because it seems to be affecting one specific real estate company. And they want to investigate how that real estate company may be complicit in these scams and all that good stuff. So they haven't caught the scammers yet, but the case is still ongoing. Hopefully the bank gives back the money. I mean, it was fraud. We do have chargeback protection here in the United States, so give me it back. But other than that, you know, I'm out here in Colorado now. I'm in our new condo, which is great. We had a wonderful landlord that was willing to rent out to us ever since they saw us on CBS News, and so we're a little bit more stable now. My kid, who hates school, has started school. So hey, loves his new school, loves her new school, which is great. So I hope that answered your question in regards to that. So we talked a lot about, we talked about blockchain, we talked about wallets, we talked about the new audio and video stuff, we talked about version 5 and the beta features. What other questions do you guys have? Dr. AR, if you want to talk, you have mic access. What do you want to say?
I just joined the meeting, Philip. I'm sorry, I'm a little late, so I don't know what was said.
That's okay, Dr. AR. This is actually being streamed live on YouTube, so as soon as the stream is done, you'll be able to watch it there, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Philip.
There is a roadmap, but I don't have it released. I'm actually going to update the SoMee Official group with a link to the roadmap, and I may actually add the roadmap on the side where those support widgets are. I took down our dev blog. It wasn't really useful to be up right now. Plus, WordPress has had a lot of security issues of late, so I took that down temporarily. And since we have a blogging function within SoMee.social that will be turning on here soon, I'm kind of moving our dev blog over to that. So until I get it up, it's there. But I'll probably put the roadmap there. I have shifted a few things a few months forward because of the funding initiatives that we have going on, and with the new partnerships that we have, and I've got a few things added to the roadmap. So I'll get that back out to you as soon as possible. Okay, Ferris? Perfect. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to actually explore everything we put on version 5. You guys know that you can do colored posts and video posts, right? You guys know you can do voice posts too. So if you want to record yourself singing, or you want to leave a voice note for somebody, you can create those type of posts. You could do anonymous posts. Oh, there is actually something I wanted to show. Oh, Philip remembered something. Here, guys. Let me bring Huddle back over here so I can still see your comments. There is a new feature that we added. One of a very popular thing that we talked about was being able to use SoMee with multiple accounts. There's a lot of good reasons to do that. You know, before we had like, what, one account per one person and all that good stuff, but it didn't make a lot of sense. A lot of the influencers were confused why they could only have one account and they had to do pages and groups for the rest of their personas. So now we actually allow you to have multiple accounts. And one of the cool features up here is if you go to your menu up here at the top and you click where it says switch accounts, you have the ability to add an account. So if you've got your personal account up there, you've got a professional account, your kids have an account or whatever, granted they need to be still be 18 plus to use the platform, you can add an account and easily switch back and forth between those accounts. So we wanted to talk about adding that as well. My goal is before Christmas on that, Ferris. I really want to get between 50 to 100 new users per week before Christmas. That's my goal. And with our advertising partnership that we have coming up, I'll probably be able to meet that goal. I don't know. With everything, who freaking knows? We might not be able to. I hope we can. We already have a lot of new people coming in already. Which is cool because X is imploding, and so we're getting a lot of that user base, and we're trying to get it there. But what I did say is I probably right here where it says support, I'll probably add the roadmap there to make it easy for you guys. One of the other things that you probably didn't notice over here is if you click that little question mark, you can also send us messages for support. You can leave us a message, you can report a bug, share feedback. We do have some FAQ sections here. You can link to SoMee AI there as well, so we did add that. That's with one of our new partnerships as well. It's called Open Widget, but I believe it's actually powered by chatbot.com. That's actually another partnership that we have. We've played with live chat on SoMee before, but this is another way for you guys to contact us. So there's that down there for you too. Oh yeah, you can do your voice notes. Of course, you can create the polls, upload audio and video, and all that good stuff. Oh yes. One more thing. Let me click on Go Live. All right. So here's our Go Live screen. Obviously, you're not going to see anything on my camera right now because I'm using my camera here in Huddle. But I wanted to show you something up here at the top. You see this button right here, Enable Tips? If you turn that on and you're in your live stream, people can leave you tips while you're live on SoMee. So that's another way for you guys to earn your revenue there. So that's a cool thing. So we did add that capability for you too. Let's see, colored posts you guys already know about. You can upload videos and photos. Friends, public, only me. We're adding those in there. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Yes, that could be for 18 plus, I suppose. I personally am a big Stray Kids and BTS fan. So when I host some live streams and things like that on those dedicated channels, we get a lot of donations. So I mean, there's more than just adult-related donations that you can do. But hey, users are users, Eric. You're right. Will you be able to chip in SME? When we build the blockchain back in, yes, you'll be able to chip in whatever blockchain. I believe Chris calls it something called crypto expressions, where you can come down here and like react to something, and then you'll be able to tip somebody as well. There'll be another button here called Express or whatever that will allow you to tip in whatever tokens you want to tip in. So SoMee is still going to be backed, or at least augmented, I should say, with the blockchain tokens. But like I said, in the next 3 to 6 months, I have a major plan for adjusting how the blockchain works. That's all I'm going to say on it. I think you guys are going to like it. I wrote a whole white paper on it. Yeah, me. I sat down for like a month and wrote an entire white paper on a new plan for us. And I think you guys are going to like it because it does a lot. It solves a lot of the issues that we have on social media. Well, you're going to have to wait. I'm solving the Hive issues in the only way that I know how, Ferris. That's all I'm going to say. Sometimes you can't solve the issues the way that you want, so you just have to find a different solution, right? That's what you have to do in life, isn't it? What else? We've got 16 minutes left. Originally, I wanted to say 2 or 3 weeks, Doctor, for the reintegration of Hive. But if it doesn't go the way that I want, then I'm not going to promise you 2 or 3 weeks. And there's a few reasons behind that, not least of which is the issues that the Hive blockchain has been having. The split that they have, the reduction in price that they have, the development issues that they have. I just want to make sure that when we put the Hive system back in place, that it's a lot easier for people to use. So I don't know about you, but it was not super easy for people to use. Having to create a Hive account, having to link your Hive account, having to refresh that, even with the auto refresh turned on every now and then. Headache. So we have, like I said, a different plan for that. Yes, we did talk about SAT, and we did talk about SoMee. That will be covered in the recording. It is way too complicated, Ferris. And, Hive was a great solution for us. We were originally Steam-backed, and then we broke Steam. What's that tell you? If we can break Steam with the number of transactions that we did, and even the Steam developers couldn't fix it, which they tried. God knows they tried. They even created a fork for us and went in there and patched the root code and all that good stuff, but couldn't fix the inflation issue, couldn't fix the transaction speed issue, so we broke the blockchain. And the next best thing to do was to go with Hive, because when Hive split off from Steam, it was actually handled a lot better, had the transactions per second that we needed, The only difficulty was what? I can't just create accounts whenever I want. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So, I mean, it wasn't easy to use, just wasn't the best solution. So we actually have a better solution. That's all I can say there. SAT and SoMee. SAT will be reintroduced on the platform for advertising. That's still the goal. The ad share marketplace is still the goal, though that has evolved. Ad share marketplace was discussed like 2.5, 3 years ago. Advertising has since changed. How advertising has worked has since changed, so the ad share marketplace will change as well. So we do have a plan for SAT in that regard when we have the user base that can support it. Hive will still be one of the blockchains that we use. Remember, Hive was never meant to be the primary blockchain, Ferris. Hive was meant to be the first side chain that we integrated. SoMee is meant to be a hybrid Web 2, Web 3 solution, so a 2.5 solution. Social media really doesn't condone itself to just being pure blockchain. DSO says it is, but you've seen how well that goes. It doesn't work very well. When it comes to blockchain, it has to be a lot more user-friendly than it is right now. So pure Web 2 is kind of where social media needs to sit at with blockchain augmentation, which is what we're hinting at here. So Hive was the first sidechain we put in. We've got other sidechains we're putting in as well. And our new plan, as vaguely as I possibly can state this, will resolve some of those issues. SoMee token, the lovely token that we use for governance. As we did talk about earlier in the call, we did state that we probably want to move on from Snapshot for governance to something a little bit more traditional that gives the community a little bit more control. That does require you to actually use your governance token instead of just hold it. So that is still the plan. So yeah, I believe that answers your question. Excuse me. Yeah. That's that. Let me stop sharing my screen. Is Chris done yet? Let me see if he's done yet. Are you done yet? Did you want to say anything for the last 10 minutes of this AMA? Let's see what he says. All right, 10 minutes. Raise your hand if you want to come up on the microphone. If you want to come up on video, we have that ability now. If you want to share your pretty faces with me, it's up to you. Sorry, just talking to Chris at the same time, so we'll put him on the other screen here. There we go. I can see that. If you want to come up, raise your hand. You can come up. If you don't want to come up, you don't have to come up. It's rare that I'm up on camera. Look at me. I'm actually up on. It's cold here, guys. In Colorado, it's cold right now. We're actually going to have our first hard freeze tonight. If you know what that is, if you have crops outside or flowers outside here in Colorado, you got to cover them. Otherwise, they're going to die. It's going to get really cold. So it's cold right now. So I'm wrapped up in a blanket. But yeah. Looks like Chris might actually be joining us for the last 10 minutes. I don't know why I keep looking at this wrist. Chris may be joining us for the last 10 minutes of this. He's about to wrap up his meeting, so hopefully so. So we've answered a lot of questions. Anybody else have any other questions? Now's your time. You got me uncensored, mostly, for the next 10 minutes. Ask whatever you want. We'll do a real AMA. Ask me whatever you want on any topic that you want, and I'll do my darndest to answer it. Just keep it clean, huh? We are live streaming to YouTube. Eric goes, some time ago you had an advertisement function on SoMee that I could not use, but still remember setting it in the resource list for something like that. Will we bring it back? Yes. We do actually have an advertisement feature in SoMee even right now. And we do allow you to create advertised enabled stories as well. I've got it turned off temporarily until I have the defaultly integration 100% turned on. Because advertising dollars that are spent and invested on a platform are treated totally different than regular fiat, have different regulatory requirements. And I want to make sure that our software is 100% in compliance with that before I turn it back on. Does it answer your question, Eric? Met, he says met. I'll take met as a yes. Is the Seattle team still the dev team, or has that changed? I'm kind of fluid on that team. So no, they're not the dev team right now. We have a different team that we don't really talk about or release to the public and things like that. I really have them been focusing on AI and the developments for version 5 of SoMee. That's where I've got them focused. So we have a different dedicated team for that. That's 100% within our control and not another company. Well, Dr. AR, if you do come visit Colorado and you're in the, Denver area, stop by. Love to take you out for drinks. We've got several great bars out here, and we've got some great venues. Even if you don't like alcoholic drinks, we've got some faux drinks places that are out here that are just to die for. Denver is a foodie city. So if you're a foodie, like me, as you can see, then it's a great place for you to visit. So just hit me up and we'll meet up. So algos, honestly, a lot of people are disappointed because things have gone fucking wrong. How the heck would you ever be able to satisfy them again? I'm not going to ask what things, Al. Things go wrong. I'm not going to really apologize for things going wrong. We did our best to meet the requirements. We released the platform. We updated the platform. We gave people what they asked for on the platform. We did the Hive integration. We did our damnedest to meet the requirements for the Hive integration. We offered the conversion capability. We set up the DAO. We do the votes on the DAO. We gave you your wallet access. We did everything that we could possibly do. The only unfortunate part is we ran into some technical integrations that were beyond our control and that I couldn't control. So I could either throw in the towel and we can kill SoMee directly, or better yet, we move on, solve the issue, and move forward. That's my philosophy. If you want to be dissatisfied with that, or if you don't want to be happy with that result, that's your decision. I'm not going to stop you from that. You're not required to stay with SoMee. You're not required to stay as a member of the project. You're not required to do any of your tokens with SoMee. That's your choice. We don't control that. It's 100% up to you. Foodies. Yes. There's plenty of great places here in Denver for foodie stuff. We even have foodie festivals here, Dr. AR. Please come visit. So do I hope that we can satisfy people? Yes. Do I hope that we can offer them something that they want to use? Yes. Have I taken SoMee offline so it can never be used again? No. Have I done everything that I could do to try to address the problems that we've had over the years? Absolutely. Have we approached every single hurdle that we've come across and done our best to either move past it and stop it from blocking us? Yeah, we have. So honestly, I can understand the disappointment. I really can. But when I look at blockchain projects and I look at startup projects and I look at projects that are doing things in a different way than most other projects, I don't look at failure as, oh, they suck, we'll never use them again. I look at failure as a learning opportunity to move forward. Because really, that's all that we can do in life. Doesn't matter what you do. Hell, I got scammed and was almost homeless. It was a learning opportunity that allowed me to move forward in life. Same thing applies to projects. I don't allow it to control me that way. I still have Vina Shibu, for goodness sake. You know how many tokens I have of that just sitting in my wallet that's just worth dust at the moment? Hopefully it'll go up in value in the near future. Great. I mean, what did I do with the Optimism network over, what was it? 2 weeks ago? Optimism, I had their native token. I like $350 in their native token just sitting in my wallet. I converted it to something else. I'll hold on to something until I'm no longer interested in it. I don't look at blockchain in any other way than that because it's just a high risk situation. It's just what it is. We've got 4 more minutes. What other things would you like to ask? Anything. Oh, don't get me started on SAT, Al. The SAT launch was a headache. I wasn't even part of SAT, so I'm going to apologize for you that for now. SAT came out after I was hired on, like almost immediately after, and it was handled by a completely different team member. The first pull was a headache. The second pull, it was just a nightmare, and we have 2 addresses for it. SAT is a great token to hold because it's going to back the advertising, but its implementation, Al, I'm going to have to agree with you, was not that great. Plus, the sniper bots that were involved and all that good stuff. Sometimes I wonder in the crypto space how anybody can do a launch and try to fight all these scammers at one time. It is what it is. These are the things that you all have to deal with. You're right. Communication wasn't good about it, Al, and all I can do is apologize on that. I wish communication was better on the SAT launch. It was a headache from the time up to when it was launched to the time it was launched. The bots taking over, it was just a headache. But it stabilized. We have some great holders in there, and we're still using the token. So sometimes you have to deal with the punches that you're given,
Hey,
Can you
Philip,
talk about the... Hey, what's up?
yeah, could you summarize the AMA in like a few short lines, please?
AI initiatives, version 5 is really fast. We've got a lot of great features coming in for version 5, such as a marketplace, blog, and whatever. Your wallet is still yours. You can access it on SoMee.blog or any ECC front ends. We have some marketing initiatives and partnerships coming out. We partnered with Huddle, we partnered with Exoday, and we still are working on the Skrill integration. We've got a few new AI verticals that we're involved in, such as real estate and insurance as well. We got one of our first rounds of investments to come in. Chris is still talking to another investors. We've got new investors coming in for investments for SoMee. How was that? Can you talk about the keys? You're welcome. Can you talk about the keys to the burned wallet that was found? Not sure what you mean. Keys to the burned wallet that was found. That might be a Chris question. Also, has the team said their SAT token, has the team sold their tokens, or was it regular? Yeah, there were some regulatory reasons as to why. Again, these 2 questions here, can you talk about the keys to the burned wallet, and did the team sell some of their ONG tokens? I'm still holding all of my SAT and ONG, my SAT tokens. Chris, I know, had to burn some of his, and there was a regulatory realignment that we had to do to burn some too. But, those things happen. But those 2 questions, that's a Chris question. As the operations guy, that's not a question for me. Hey, Chris, are you still there? I tell you what, Al, let me make a note of this. Notepad. Keys to the burned wallet that was found. 500M wallet is empty. Now SAT burned. So question. All right, Al, I don't have answers for those because I'm not involved with that. But if you want, I've just gone ahead and sent that question over to Chris. Okay? I put that inside of his Telegram so that it's on his head. So hopefully he'll be able to answer that for you, okay? Well, it is 30 after. I want to see if Chris is going to say anything. Oh, while we wait. Well, that's the end of the AMA, really. I mean, I answered a bunch of questions there. We covered all that stuff. Any other questions you guys want before we end? I want to give Chris the opportunity to talk and say something. Hopefully he's wrapped up. I would show you my cat. She's all the way over there. So yes, we announced it in the last blog post, but moot point. We just found a backup in a safe deposit box. So we'll have Chris write a new blog article on that for you, Al, and talk about that, okay? I'm not always going to be the one responsible for some of the decisions. I'm just the operations guy. So, However, and I can't really tell you who it is, but Chris is saying that the investor call went well and they're in. So, hey, that's great. So probably a good thing for him not to be here. He's on that investor call. He's unfortunately not going to be able to say anything for this AMA. So I'll tell you what I'll do is I will see if I can convince Chris to create a voice post on SoMee, just giving you guys an update and all that good stuff so you can hear from Chris this week, okay? But with that said, I can't tell you those disclosures yet, Eric. Yeah, just can't. Not until the publicity and paperwork are fully signed. We have to have those agreements in place. Getting an investment is a great thing. Saying that they're in is a great thing. But until the funds are there, which we got last week, and until the agreements are signed, we can't release that. Just how the regulations work. The regulations work, not regulations, whatever. That's how that works. But I'll do my best to get Chris to leave you guys a voice drop, and you guys can listen to his message this week. Our next AMA is going to be on November 25th, 2023. That will be our Christmas AMA. We'll have our marketing team with us. We'll do our best to get Dallas and Vito in there as well so they can give you some updates on what's been being worked on. And then we'll see you guys there. Same time as usual, which is 10:30. We'll have it in another huddle like this. We might actually even have it on the SoMee Social website instead of directly here on our huddle subdomain because we should have it integrated by then. And we'll go with that. Other than that, guys, thanks for joining me for the AMA. It was nice seeing everybody. I have this new webcam, so now you can see me. Even though I'm fat and ugly, nobody look at me. Whatever, it's okay. And but you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.